Hello, hello, from the indoors this time. I kind of botched being able to do this from outdoors. Kind of leads into what I was wanting to talk about, and that's more or less just all of the weird stuff that's been happening since 2024. Feeling tired a lot, feeling like you're being tested. Like for me personally, this year has really been weird because last part of last year, our company was purchased by a public company, and then in March had a serious layoff that I happened to dodge, but then now I feel tested because one of the people that got let go, they worked in an area of the company that I used to work in like 4 years ago. And they're like, okay, we need you to pick up on all this work. And I have to try to remember everything that, that I used to do. It's been tough. And not only that, I'm having to teach people how to do these things. So that's been extra stressful. Then it, it's really strange because it's like the customers themselves they're testing me. It's hard to explain, but things that I have completed my part of the deal on things. Um, there's always one more little thing that's not quite right, or that they want they want you to give them, um, even though it's not part of the original deal. So that's been a real test for me as far as setting boundaries, starting to harden up a little bit about what I'll accept and what I won't. And it's been quite the adjustment. Now, I've been kind of getting used to feeling more drained ever since, I first became aware that I'd been awakening since October 13th last year. And man, this past month and even still, it's like I get to the end of my workday and it's nap time. And that's kind of what happened today was that I took my nap and woke up well, maybe a little bit later than what I usually do. And it would have normally been okay to record outside, but it was particularly sinisterly cloud covered outside. I sat in my car anyway and pulled out my phone and tried to see if, there was enough light, and there definitely wasn't. But then my dumbass, well, I say that, I should be more careful, um, insulting myself. But I absent-mindedly left my key in the car. So, and that also had my house key on it, which I had locked behind me. And so yeah, I had to wake up my girlfriend to open the door for me so I could get my spare keys and get the keys out. But yeah, that was fun. Um, so, aside from that, I kind of wanted to talk about how I might come across sometimes like I'm super gullible. And I'm really not. I recognize that a lot of the things that I talk about could just be complete speculation on my part and on the part of others. The thing is, though, that when you are willing to ask questions, even if your original suppositions are wrong, you're allowing your mind the plasticity to change. Over several years, I have witnessed where people who are so cemented in their beliefs, especially religiously, when there's something else that comes up that is counter to that belief, even though it doesn't make sense and they completely contradict each other, they're trying to hold both of those beliefs at the same time in their mind, basically breaking their logic. I kind of look at it like this. If you say something is something, or yes, or you say something isn't something, is no, then you're not allowing for the possibility of a change in paradigms, a possibility of a change in circumstances, to where what may be yes or no today could be something slightly different or vastly different tomorrow. Whereas if you ask the question, what if, it's kind of like you got a quantum mind, because you're respecting your logic and your rationale. You're allowing space for your intuition or soul or spirit, and you're not locking yourself into a belief that is going to bite you in the ass or cause brain damage or mental health issues. I don't know. But yeah, even I've had to be extra on my toes, because even my cage rattling in October last year happened when I was high. So I had to go through an exercise of not being high and looking at some of the things that seemed like they were big revelations or big realizations, and whether those were still as wow as they seemed when I was elevated. Because I think that people too easily, they're conditioned to follow this idea of everybody knows something or other, and not question it. Or if B happens after A, they assume that A caused it. If something happens and they feel like some kind of sensation in their body, and they're just like, well, that's just kind of random tick or muscle twitch or whatever, instead of trying to question things. So along those lines, everybody knows that if you're taking cannabis, then your mind's going to be fucked up, and anything that you experience is just your imagination. Oh, really? Okay, well, you could also say that anything that I see is a hallucination anyway, because this is my body, this is my perception. There's no proof that what I am seeing, what I am witnessing from my body, is the same thing that you're witnessing or experiencing from yours. And that doesn't matter whether you're sober or whether you are elevated. And strangely enough, it was only a couple of months before October that I was even smoking the stuff. So it kind of seems like there's been these steps, things that didn't really make sense as to why they were happening the way they were, or why I was having interest in different areas. And there's still more. There's some that I don't even mention on here because it's, well, number one, YouTube won't like it. Number two, the social conditioning that's out there wouldn't understand it. But it's all about free will. And I'll give you a hint, okay? We we witness every day people wrapping themselves around the pole, fretting over kids seeing a pair of tits. But we don't bat an eye when they're watching movies or news or anything else that is like just horrible violence and killing. So everything that is pleasurable or life bringing is vilified, and everything that is death or destruction or pain or suffering is okay. Does that make any fucking sense to you? It doesn't make a damn bit of sense to me. I think people need to quit clutching the goddamn pearls. Stop being so woke. That's probably enough. Have a good one.